My name is Emily Carter, and nothing about the morning of March 14th suggested that my quiet, predictable life was about to tilt into something unforgettable. I woke up like I always did, stretching beneath the soft quilt my grandmother made years ago, the early light filtering through my curtains, and the scent of fresh coffee drifting through my small house in Maple Ridge, Oregon. My home was cozy, not extravagant, white walls, simple wooden shelves, and the faint hum of my old refrigerator providing its usual background music. I had lived in this neighborhood for nearly 4 years yet kept mostly to myself. I wasn't antisocial, just cautious. After college, I worked as a graphic designer from home and found comfort in the quiet, in the steady rhythm of routines. My neighborhood was friendly enough, full of polite greetings and waves from afar, but rarely anything deeper than that. And then he knocked. It was around 9:15 a.m. I remember because I had just sat down at my desk with a fresh cup of coffee when the knock echoed through the house, hesitant, soft, almost apologetic. I paused, wondering who it could be. Packages were usually left by the gate, and I wasn't expecting any visitors. When I opened the door, I found Michael Turner, the 20-something guy who had moved in next door about 6 weeks earlier. I had seen him a few times, carrying boxes, walking to his car, once jogging early in the morning. He always looked a bit distracted, a bit burdened, as if the world sat heavier on his shoulders than it should for someone his age. Today, however, he looked lost. He stood holding a torn grocery bag, cans threatening to tumble out. His dark hair was a little messy, his gray hoodie slightly wrinkled, and his eyes, soft blue, carried an exhaustion I instantly recognized, though I didn't yet know why. "Hi, I'm really sorry to bother you," he began, shifting awkwardly. My bag ripped on the way home from the store, and I needed a hand. I didn't know who else to ask. It was such a small request, yet something in his voice tugged at me. Maybe it was the vulnerability. Maybe the loneliness. Or maybe the simple truth. Sometimes the smallest knock leads to the biggest shift. "Of course," I said, stepping outside and helping him gather the cans before they rolled into the flower bushes. As we picked things up together, I noticed his hands were trembling ever so slightly. Not from cold, though the morning was crisp, but from something deeper. Anxiety, stress. I didn't ask then, but I noticed. Once everything was collected, he hesitated again. "Actually, I need a little more help. Not with groceries. With something else. I just don't know how to ask." I straightened, studying him more closely. He wasn't dangerous, not threatening. Just overwhelmed. "You can tell me," I offered gently. He exhaled, a shaky breath that seemed to release weeks' worth of tension. "I just moved here because, well, life hasn't exactly been steady lately. I'm not good at asking for help, but I'm trying to fix things. And I could really use someone to help me get organized. Not like a lot. Just my paperwork, my schedule. I've been trying to get back on my feet but I keep falling behind." It was the honesty that struck me. The rawness. He wasn't asking for money or anything inappropriate, just help sorting out the chaos in his life. And for some reason I couldn't explain then, I said yes.